Welcome back to another episode of building the sickest Chevrolet Corvette that the Nürburgring has ever seen. Previously, we installed lots of mods that were mostly focused on handling, such as big brake kit, apex wheels, semi-slicks, GRZ, suspension, seats, you name it. And today we'll be focusing on reliability. Should we not have done this first? Maybe, but we were hoping that the engine is going to blow up maybe for content, but maybe not. No, it's also getting very hot out there, and I'm literally burning my elbow on the tunnel transmission, so we'll be installing lots of cooling mods. So first of all, we have, thanks to LGR, Louis Gelati Racing, we have transmission coolers, 2 of them actually, that's going to go on the back. Do you mind holding this for me for a second? I got you. Yeah. How's your car going?
It's gone.
Yeah?
Yeah, it should be done.
All right, just don't fit this on yours, okay? Because I'll need it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Then we have, for the front as well, we have another dual oil coolers. One goes here, one goes here, actually for the engine and not transmission. One of them is packed, the other one not so much, since we should not be dropping this. Do you mind holding this?
Yeah, I got you.
Cool, thank you. Oh, how's yours?
Good, I'm waiting for this lift to free up. Are you almost done?
Yeah, we're almost done shooting this intro. I just need to show a couple of more parts. To complement the oil coolers, we have also massive PWR radiator. Yeah, fully custom made. Same guys that make things for hypercars such as Bugatti, also lots of Formula One. So this is definitely gonna stay cool. To be complemented with brushless fan. We have also something for the noise that Vin has actually indirectly sold to me. Remember this?
From Hoonigan days.
Yeah, exactly. But you ran it on a stock C6, I think, not on
No, Grand Sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's not the LS7.
No, LS3.
Yeah.
But still, the equal length 8-to-1 sounds so cool.
Yeah, Celery Tech exhaust is going to go on it. And while we're at it, might as well do something to the reliability of the whole thing. So we are going to be fixing lots of reliability issues to make sure that the engine is going to stay cool, the transmission as well. But there is one single thing that you guys have been flooding my comments with, namely the head fix, because the factory LS7 is suffering from the valve drop. And therefore, since we need to install all of this, we need some working space. The engine is already out, so we can do the head fix. And in order to fix the LS problem and extract the maximum performance, I went with the best in the game. Now, my German audience probably already knows the name because NG has been featured quite often in all kinds of German car content. It also has been featured in one of my videos because Tim and his team have done the heads on my Civic. So if you were able to extract so much power and performance from the Civic, I was wondering, okay, what can you do with the LS7? So today, Tim is going to tell me everything, or tell you everything about that you guys have done on the heads of mine. But while we're here, there's so many interesting stuff going on over here. So I think you wouldn't mind if we nerd you out. So could you give us a quick tour, actually?
Yes,
while we're
of
here?
course, we can do that.
Yeah.
So first of all, welcome to NG Motorsports. So our type of work is everything related to cylinder heads. So we do like CNC porting, valve guides, seat jobs, everything related to that. And yeah, we do this for all kinds of engines, starting with like 250cc motocross, which is roughly the smallest engine we are working with, but going to like top methanol V8, V12,
wow,
old school Jaguar stuff, and so everything in between is what we normally take care of.
What's the biggest horsepower amount you have built or like contributed to?
We contributed and developed something for the Green Monster tractor pulling team. So this is like, I don't really know, 27 liters per engine, times 3 or times 4 even. They do like thousands of horsepower and top methanol cars. But this is not our usual stuff, but this is the range. Yeah.
Basically, how many horsepower? Yes. All right, yeah, well, I see lots of cylinder heads, and I see mine over there, and Stan is covering them nicely because we're going to show them to you in a bit. Show us a couple of other things while we're here.
Yeah,
maybe,
so we started right in the front here where we disassemble and assemble heads. Normally, so we do like have at least 85% business customers. So they are engine builder themselves, but they just rely on our work regarding cylinder heads. They build the bottom end, everything. But since we are so highly specialized in this topic, cylinder head, and I think very good equipped with machines regarding this. Yeah, they're just giving us their heads and makes life much easier for them. And yes, since we are so specialized, we can do a lot of stuff no one else can. So yeah,
this is the same what happened basically with my Civic, because I brought the engine to Van Kronenberg, who have been in the game for many decades. And me, without knowing, brought the cylinder heads to you, and because you are the best in the game according to them. So here we are.
You're making me shy.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So this is just front of our shop. We do normally start with disassembly, just going which kind of order we are normally working on. Afterwards, we are cleaning the parts. Back here, this is our flow bench, for example. We don't use it quite often as we've done in the past. Today I do much more calculating stuff on the computer. We do like have at least 1,000 porting programs.
Okay.
So, and in there are a lot of worldwide winning racing engines. Due to those data we get there, it's I built my own software for developing ports, like cross-sectional areas, flow velocity, stuff like this. So this is why we occasionally I'm working on the flow bench, but not as
anymore.
much as I've done in the past. This is the corner where we do our laser cleaning.
Oh, what Volvo is this?
It's a I'm ashamed, a B230. I'm not sure. I need to look it up. That's the cleaning. Your heads weren't that dirty.
Okay.
They came out pretty nice after washing, but stuff like this, it's corrosion. And you are not able to wash this away.
Yeah.
So this is why we bought the laser itself. So I think this is always nice.
Yeah, epic.
I'm always jealous of all my employees because they used to do this stuff every day. I don't have the time for it anymore, but it's a nice toy to play with.
That's nice. I could do this the whole day as well.
Yeah, this is just another nice view, like Mercedes AMG, classic one, BMW S14, which we do quite a lot of.
Nice. This looks very good.
Yeah, you can find all kinds of engines here, as I said, from small motorcycle. These are all the fixture plates we use to mount the cylinder heads in our 5-axis machines. So as you can see, we collected a lot of them, and you can see quite of our history here. So you can see where we started with and how it's developing over time.
Nice.
And important to know that we do have like at least 20 programs on each fixture plate. So once we start machining the fixture plate, it's going to get the name of the first program.
Yeah.
And afterwards, you can see it's like Swiss cheese. They are drilled a couple of times. So maybe this also holds a Ferrari, whatever. But it's just the first name. That's our grandma, the old machine, the first 5-axis machine we started 13 years ago.
Okay.
We started with this machine, and yeah, quite recently we decided to upgrade and add another machine. That's when we bought the new one, which is much more capable than the older one. So much more stable, huge tool changer.
So here you do all the CNC of the heads.
Yeah, so this is for all kinds of porting stuff, but we also machine like the pockets for new seat rings, which we machine ourselves. So, or maybe creating new valve guide bores, logo machining, as you saw on your heads. All kinds of stuff is done in this machine.
Yeah, very cool.
Over here is just plain surfacing. We created another tool holder. It's a very nice machine. We created our own tool holders to work with some kind of special cutting plates, which create a like mirror finish. So
Yeah.
this is just as a side note.
Devil is in the details.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the area with our CNC lathe. We do all kinds of valve guides in-house.
Okay.
So every time a customer orders ahead, it always gets custom valve guides. We measure every bore, make sure it fits perfectly, and the dimensions of the valve guides are always going in conjunction with our port shape. So that means if you're creating a huge port, it's going to be much higher, for example. We make sure that the valve guide, as soon as it enters the port, gets really slim, narrow, and streamlined. So this is very nice way to always create custom guides and seat rings. This is, I don't know, the 5th machine for valve guides, for valve seats. I bought many years ago, and we've done a lot of valve jobs on this machine in the past. But stepped up the game quite a bit since then. So, and right now we just use it for removing old valve seats. So just like the hard work is done on this machine, and for reaming and preparing the valve guides after installation. So this is why the machine is still here.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's my office, where I do all kinds of measurements, prototyping. We do often change in bigger projects. We change the valve angle and do some kind of crazy stuff using like Honda valves for a Suzuki or for a BMW, and all kinds of stuff is what I'm doing in here.
So one thing before we go to my heads, what we need to mention is that this is your car.
Yes, it is.
So you're like also like a proper GT3 RS guy.
Yes.
But you had a Z06 before yourself.
Yeah, and even a Z01.
Yes.
So both of them C6 generation. And recently I'm even thinking of going back, because I just LS7, I just love those engines. It's just bad thing that we don't have them as much in Europe.
Yes.
I would love to work much more on them. But of course we are more related to BMW stuff and things like this. So this is, we do quite a lot of LS7 heads per year, but not more like 10 sets. It's just for what we're doing, it's a small percentage.
While we're speaking about the heads, I mean, look at this. I really love the small detail that you've done to it. Little souvenir. I really like that. And my comment feed has been flooded from day one that I bought the car that I need to do the head fix of the LS7 engine. So could you quickly explain what that means? What is the problem behind the factory LS? What do they suffer from, and how do you fix that?
In that kind of car scene, it's a widely known problem that during a couple of manufacturing years, and I think they are still arguing about which kind of year is the most dangerous one, which year is maybe always good, but in my eyes you can't rely on that. So back then they done a huge mistake machining the valve seats in regarding to the valve guide. So obviously the valve guide has its own center and his own axle where the valve is being kept in.
Can we see it something similar maybe with another head?
This is like 20 years old from an old Volkswagen, but I used it so many times just to show anything specific, because it's just nice to see in here. So you can see just cutaway of a cylinder head. You see the valve guide in here, and this is the stem seal down here, and this is the valve seat it's sealing to. So, and what have been their mistake is that it wasn't the perfect axle in regarding the valve guide. It was just like a little bit tilted. You got just a small tiny bit, and this creates a lot of stress on the valve guide and on the valve itself. So every time the valve closes, it's just getting bent a little bit, only a tiny amount. So it's sealing everything perfect. The engine has power, but this is always like massaging the valves until the point of failure. So then suddenly they are dropping the heads, and obviously creating
it destroys
the whole engine. Yes.
Yeah. So how bad was my heads?
Your heads have been as usual, bad as usual, but what I haven't seen before is one head was way nicer than the other.
Okay.
This was kind of surprised. I've never seen that before. Normally they are quite, I even checked the part numbers, but they seem to be from the kind of same build age, whatever, but one head was really much worse than the other one. Okay. And the guides obviously have been worn out quite a bit already, especially on the bad one. That's why we decided to install new guides, and once we've been starting with that kind of work, we decided to do like the whole package.
Yeah, quick shout out by the way to K-Tech from US, the guys that have built a C6R engine, because they've been helping me a lot with getting all the parts from US when it comes to the engine, and they're actually building a race engine for next year. So in case you're gonna ask me why we didn't use kind of F1 technology here, like for this one particular small part, is because something bigger is coming later. So this is to get us through the season and a bit of relatable build. Is it an average relatable build?
Quite average. Not exactly. We've done some additional work. Normally we don't port those heads. They are CNC ported, both ports and chambers. So from the factory they are really good heads. Unless you have them with a guide flaw, but they are really performing very good. Normally I just hand blend the bowl area underneath the seat, just a small bit. It's regarding bang for the buck, it's like having 100 euros for a small blending, and you already gain from that, but you don't gain a lot of horsepower from the porting itself. And of course, it always depends what kind of cam are you using, what kind of intake. So we decided to port them, but really conservative for a kind of milled everyday cam. But nevertheless, they are ported right now.
So what have you done on these heads?
Starting with the valve guides, I just saved them last week when we machined them. So this is the stock valve guide. Which is a kind of sintered steel stuff. Normally they are very reliable and have a long life, but since the guide and valve problem has been involved here, they've been worn out quite a bit, and that's why we replaced them with our own valve guide. We stock like 5 or 6 different alloys, starting with kind of original Formula 1 stuff, to like methanol able alloys, whatever you need. So we try to select the best perfect alloy to each project. So we've done a lot of development on the Nordschleife as well. So I do have quite a lot of drivers who gave us their head at the beginning of a season, and then we equipped the head with like 4 different alloys. Took really precise measurements, documented everything, and after each season we just checked everything and learned a lot of that. And that's kind of our development process over the years. So in regards of your heads, we decided to go like with, at least in my eyes, the best kind of alloy possible. So this is like a normal standard bronze alloy. Customers usually don't like when I say standard stuff, because they want exceptionally best performing. So this kind of alloy, which is our standard, it already is much superior to everything else you can normally buy on the internet or whatever. It's already superior, but we even stepped beyond that and used what we call our race alloy. For example, this alloy, I've never seen any kind of wear after a Nordschleife season on the engines which got this alloy. So this is really superior. It's very hard, very tough. yeah, it moves like 5 times the heat
Yeah.
regarding the stock alloy, and yeah, we even extended the guides. You can see the length even. We extended them a little bit to make them even tougher. Yeah, and afterwards we did cut the seats, so machined the ports in between, and afterwards we cut the seat rings on my kind of favorite machine, which is still fascinating every day to work with. So
nice. So what's the performance gains as a Corvette ex-owner?
That's the most typical question I hear every day.
Yes.
Obviously, it's always a case of
how much power are you gonna give me?
what's the package like, and I don't think that they will be worth more than like 30-35 horsepower, to be honest.
Okay.
Maybe realistically in that range, but yeah, I tend to not promise anything unless I really know. So they haven't been on the flow bench. Everything has been done from my experience. They will work really, really well, but this is not like a 60 horsepower upgrade.
Yeah.
Easy.
No.
So
again, this is something we have done because we're already building a race engine, so it makes no sense to build something crazy now and then later be like, oh yeah, what's the difference? Yeah, we're already too good actually. So actually, having said that, probably towards next year, the engine that we're building right now will be offered for sale. So possibly, because we're gonna have already something else. But this, I'm very much looking forward to try it out and see what it is. What I want to mention is you said 30 horsepower. That's 30 horsepower on the heads alone compared to the stock.
Yes.
Because the total package, we have the cam, we have the pistons, we have the exhaust and everything. So possibly, compared to fully stock, this will probably make north of 600 horsepower ish. Yeah. So, which is, in my honest opinion, the stock power is already enough. So we do not need much more than what we have. It's more important for me is that we're gonna have a very well working and reliable package. Something that my car hasn't been so far. Both reliable or working. So I'm looking forward to testing this out and driving it and sharing, of course, the experiences with you guys. I think we can be here for hours and even days. I would love to nerd myself and you out, guys, but the reality is we need to grab those heads, bring them to Van Kronenburg, and so they can assemble the engine again. And having said that, I think this is a nice sheet that you're gonna give to us with all the specs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can see how much more things we can do. Did you flatten the heads?
Yes, we did.
But slightly bit.
Slightly, not
it's not that
that
I need
much.
to. I don't need to run 102 octane
Yeah.
or anything. We will be fine. Yeah. So Tim, thank you so much for fantastic work.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I say fantastic work, although I haven't tried these yet, but I know what you have done on my Civic and of course also all the other heads. And we're gonna keep on talking what you can do for the Celica.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that.
But for now, let's bring those babies to Van Kronenburg and show you also there what was wrong with the current LS. Yeah, because my idea first was to do just the heads and have them inspect the short block. Well, you can guess that we're doing slightly more than that. So let's head over to the Netherlands. As I was moving the heads into the car, I dripped some engine oil on me. So that's why we stopped by at the Excel Nutrition to pick up new merch.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Tim.
Nice, enjoy.
They got some protein bars in there as well too?
Of course.
Ah, fantastic. For the gains, so we can lift heavy engine work. Yeah. And now that we have a clean shirt, fast forward to Van Kronenburg Engines, my dear friends who assembled the Civic engine and built it. And later, still at this point, we need to dyno it, calibrate it, etc. actually on the car itself. But that's fault of mine because we're not assembling Civic. And it's going to be more because now we're focusing on the Corvette. So hopefully Corvette's going to be finished before I start working on the Celica that these guys going to end up doing as well. So anyway, you have disassembled the LS7 and I was hoping that you were just going to check it and you're going to say like, you know, it's fine. It's not fine. So, Jules, tell us, what's wrong?
Yeah, mainly it's just the bearings. Just in time,
Yeah, probably 1 or 2 more laps, and then that would have been finito.
Then it would have been more expensive.
Yeah.
No, it's mainly the bearings that are just on its way out. The crankshaft bearings as well as the cam bearings are pretty much
Done.
at the end of their life. When we took everything apart, we also found out that the cylinder bores were getting quite oval. We could go to the next size up in piston, but at the same time,
Maybe better not.
maybe better not on this sleeve. So
Yeah.
the plan now is we're gonna place some Darton sleeves into the block and then go back to the original size piston. And then we just have a full rebuild block, everything back to its stock form.
Yeah, exactly. And the guys from K-Tech, shout out to Rick, who's dealing with all my bulls every day. Like, I'm sending him 10 emails and like, oh, by the way, while we're at it, oh, can you change the order? Can you add this? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So the problem is because even stock oversized pistons were not available. So we can get aftermarket stock size pistons for which we need to sleeve. But the aftermarket pistons do not fit on the good titanium rods that we have. So we need to get different rods so we can fit those pistons on as well. And while we're at it, might as well change the crank. Although mine is actually quite okay, you could polish it out and we'll be still within tolerances.
There are a few tiny scratches on the surface. You could barely feel them with your fingernail.
Yeah.
But we measured for the crank fully, and it's still within spec that we could polish it out, and there should be no problems.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
as you said, while we're at it,
yeah, we might as well. So the full block will be done, sleeved, pistons, rods, crank, the heads we already have from NG. I didn't tell you actually the specs of the valves, but yeah, all titanium from our friends at K-Tech. We're gonna run the all-day, everyday cam. Where's the name? I think I saw the name somewhere. Maybe it's on the back. Ah, there we go. Yeah, all-day camshaft. Yeah, because later we're gonna go a bit more extreme. And honestly, on the Nürburgring, on the Nordschleife, you just want to have drivability and throttle application. Do not go too extreme. And a lot will depend on the mapping. We're gonna have, as mentioned, stock power is already enough from my perspective. So we're gonna have plenty of it. And everything combined with the heads, with some nice tweaks on the engine block. We have also a MSD intake. You can have a look at that one. That NG has actually also modified to match the heads. So all of that is here. I think I just want to show one more final thing that was in the already arrived there. That's the other parts of mine. We have additional supporting mods.
also
Of course,
ATI damper.
very important. We have K-Tech scavenger pump for better.
This is a beautiful piece.
This is amazing. This is really, really amazing. Before you're gonna say like, you should go for daily dry sump stage 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are on the next engine. This is going to be fine. It's already gotten way out of hand. I was hoping I could just survive with the engine or just do just the heads. But unfortunately, we're going already quite extreme, but not gonna go too extreme because then the other engine that has been already paid for will become kind of useless, and I still want to drive this season. Like, the very crazy first world problem to have. Another wild thing, what do you think of my flywheel? What the hell is that?
I seriously, when it came in, I thought it was a wrecker engine. Like, you sent us an engine, you kept your LS7 inside and you sent us an engine that you bought just to rebuild. I was like, nah, this has been at the bottom of the sea or something.
This is crazy, this is crazy. Luckily, TIC Performance, not TIC from Germany, but TICK from US. We already got lots of cool gearbox goodies from them, including the flywheel, the clutch, their billet gearbox plate that's being assembled by RPM Transmissions. So that's coming on as well. It's already on its way here. We have also all the other supporting mods like KRP bolts. We have the very important C5R chain. Yep. From K-Tech, and lots of other things that we need to make, that we need to assemble the engine. I think that's kind of it when it comes to all the engine work. You've seen very detailed breakdown of the heads. You have now a bit of the plans that we'll be doing with the short block. Lots of parts are on the way from US. Hopefully they're gonna arrive in 1 or 2 weeks, then about 1 or 2 weeks of machining time. So I hope that in August I'm gonna have running Corvette when it comes to, because we need to reassemble everything, we need to map the dyno, etc., etc. So I'm gonna have like 2.5 months left of this season until we're gonna go even crazier. But already this stage is going to be very, very nice. Shoes, thank you so much for
You're welcome.
all the work so far. And yeah, see you next time when we're gonna have pretty much assembled engine. Yeah, so I guess let's go back to Vulcan because I think another very cool package has arrived that I'm gonna tease you.
Still waiting for that lift. You almost done?
Yeah, I just need to shoot the outro. So you've seen all the engine parts and the intake, and the intake is going to be complemented with massive 103 throttle body from K-Tech. We also need to have the fuel supply, so we have lots of Deechworks parts, injectors, lines. This is, I think, the swirl tank. To be more precise, 3.0 SST, staged surge tank, and a lot more. And finally, probably the coolest bit, it's gonna take a bit to install it, to mock it up, but this huge box over here. Full carbon body by HGK. So for that, subscribe, like, share, give also all of those guys a follow to see how their RS4s are gonna be going on. But Corvette is going to be sick. Thank you everyone for all of your excitement, all the engagement, all the comments. It motivates me to go crazier with the next steps because it shows me how much you guys appreciate it, and I'm enjoying taking you on this journey. See you next time when we're gonna be possibly installing the engine back in a couple of weeks' time.